in the EMT program at Newcastle Career Center. So some of the things we do in EMT class is they teach you how to save lives. So if you're out in public and you see somebody get hurt, everybody usually makes a circle around them. Well, there's nobody jumping in to save that person. As an EMT, you're actually able to use your life-saving skills that you learn from the class and actually, so when you are in that circle, you're actually able to jump in that circle and be able to go save that person. So this is a dual credit class. You do get college credit for doing it. You also get a national EMT certification. So if you don't want to stay in the state of Indiana, you want to move to a different state. When you get the certification, it transfers with you whenever you move to a different state. So you don't want to be an EMT here, well, you can be an EMT in any of the states in the U.S. Some of the other things we offer in the class is you'll get 3 national certifications and 4 or 5 state certifications. Some of the things, so let's say you want to become a nurse, which a lot of people think a nurse is mainly female dominated. There's a lot of need right now for male nurses. And as an EMT, there's a need for all departments in EMS. Because there's a lot of people that are retiring in the EMS community, and there's nobody to retake their spots. So, like I was saying for nursing, so let's say you want to become a nurse. An EMT is a good program to become a nurse because an EMT can work either on a 911 operating service or also they can work in a hospital. So if you work in a hospital, a lot of the places, if you work there for a few years and you let them know that you are thinking about wanting to upgrade your education and get more knowledge, a lot of those places will actually pay for you to get your higher level of education. So if I go work at a hospital, well, I just got my foot in the door. So if I tell them I want to become a male nurse, well, they might need some male nurses. So they'll be like, here, I'll pay for you to go to schooling, and we'll pay for everything as long as you continue to work. And so that kind of benefits me. So if I go to college and I become a nurse, I don't have to worry about going around every place and trying to find a place to get a job. I already got my foot in the door. I'm already working towards a career. They're paying for that additional education that I need to become what I want to be. So that helps you that aspect. So like for myself, I want to end up going to college to become a law enforcement officer. So this will help me for a law enforcement officer because the basic level of training you need for a law enforcement officer is an EMR, which is Emergency Medical Rescuer. So as an EMT, I'll be a higher level educated-wise than my opponents coming into the class. So it looks better on my application when I'm applying to become a state police officer compared to somebody who has no training whatsoever. So it gives me a leg up and an advantage compared to everybody else. So some of the hours that you guys might work as an EMT, if you do part-time, you're going to work about 12 hours every other day or every single day. And as a full-time, you'll work 24 hours and you're either off for 24 to 48 hours. So it's a flip cycle. So you do get long schedules, and some days you might be sitting down on the couch all day watching a football game. That's if you're working on a 911 service. Other days, you're busy every single moment. All right. Thank you, guys.
Hello, my name is Naomi Serber. I go to Eastern Hancock, and I'm in the veterinary science career. So some characteristics that you need for the vet science is that you need to be good at math, and you need to be good at science, and you also need to be able to work with both animals and people, because while you might enjoy working with animals, you also have to realize that on the other end of the leash, there's also a person. And so the first year of the program is mainly learning. So last semester we did mainly cats and dogs. And then this semester, we've been doing more large animal livestock. We've done cattle, we've done sheep, we've done horses. Just last week, we dissected cats, and so we've done some anatomy. This past Tuesday, we also did a surgery lab and learned how to stay sterile if you will go in to help with the surgery. At the second year, you will be doing, basically, you'll be working in a vet clinic all year. At the end of your second year, you can take a test and get your CVA, or Certified Vet Assistant. Now, in the vet field, there's, I don't know if hierarchy is quite the right word for it, but you have your veterinarians. They are the ones that are able to diagnose and prescribe medication and perform surgeries. Underneath that, and that requires, you have to get your undergrad, and then you have to go for 4 years of vet school. Underneath that is the vet techs, which are basically veterinary nurses, and they're actually going to be changing that name to veterinary nurse, so that there isn't as much confusion. For that, you also have to get your undergrad, and then it's usually between 2 and 4 years of vet tech school. And then for both, you have to take a test and become certified by the AVMA, or the American Veterinary Medicine Association. For the vet assistant, basically what our job is we assist the vet and the vet tech with whatever needs to be done. So that might be cleaning kennels or whatever they need to have done, we help them. Besides these 3 jobs, you also have veterinarians that work to pass laws or work for the FDA. You have veterinarians that are making sure that the animals that are going into our food supply are safe to consume. You have researchers. It's a very wide variety that people might not realize. They might think, oh, veterinarian, you're just going to be working with cats and dogs. Now, for instance, what I'm kind of thinking of right now is I would like to either become a large animal vet, or I'm thinking about going into research, one of the two. Other than that, I would say that if you are interested at all in vet science or working with animals, I would highly suggest this program because it gives you a good feel of working with animals of different personalities, I guess you could say, and also working with clients. Every Wednesday we groom dogs, and so that has given us a bit of experience as well. So I'd say if you have any interest, I would consider joining. Thank you.